Happened one Halloween when I didn't want to be seen, and the decorations were wild, scaring woman, man, and child. Little mannequins looked as if they were shot. Chalk outlines marked all over the front plot. Bags filled with candy scattered everywhere. A coffin placed just right as to further scare. Motion sensors did go off as if they were planned. Then up sat a ghostly figure to scare poor and grand. When one doesn't want a soul around, they'll use every trick they had found to scare both young and old. Only he can be so bold. Sat inside his borrowed coffin he works. It was getting harder to repel those very jerks. Dressed like Dracula from his sleep, he rises up, screams run deep. Nobody claimed that that thing inside was at all real. After I added that laugh to fallen turds they feel. When one doesn't want a soul around, they'll use every trick they had found to scare both young and old. Only he can be so bold. Even when the police were called on me, one of them always in on the joke to see the casualties of that eerie evening of Friday. Was always the coffin within their sight that got most of the neighborhood complaints. The laugh from within the coffin caused many to faint. When one doesn't want a soul around, they'll use every trick they had found to scare both young and old. Only he can be so bold. Later that night the coffin was gone, and back to the sales floor of my father-in-law's mortuary, since they closed the store. Inside the mortuary itself, leaving me to do their tech support. It was weird because I was a chaplain, they were short. The next thing was a heavenly creature dressed in all red lace. Caused me to make love to her all over the place. She was my favorite treat of all. Long red hair, the breast definitely not small. Definitely a whipped cream fiend. You should have been there before we cleaned. When one doesn't want a soul around, they'll use every trick they had found to scare both young and old. Only he can be so bold. When one doesn't want a soul around, they'll use every trick they had found to scare both young and old. Only he can be so